As an avid Socratic tutor, you play a vital role in the academic and social success of your students. In this video, Group Avid Tutoring, you'll learn how to use the Avid for Higher Education Socratic tutorial model to create a comfortable, collaborative learning environment that facilitates a student's questioning and deepens understanding. The Avid for Higher Education Socratic tutorial model is a 6-step process. These steps take place over 3 phases: actions taken before, during, and after the tutorial session. The foundation of the Socratic tutorial process is WICOR: writing to learn, inquiry, collaboration, organization, and reading to learn. Although it's the student's responsibility to practice these skills outside of the tutoring session, as a tutor, you play an important role in helping a student master these skills. To do this well, you'll need to have a thorough mastery of WICOR skill practices. Student preparation for a tutoring session is just as important as attending the tutoring session. The tutorial inquiry form is a great tool that formalizes the steps a student should take to prepare for the session. They should identify the question or assignment that they're having a problem with, pull together relevant resources they need to bring to the session, identify vocabulary they have questions about, and capture their point of confusion in a question that can be posed at the tutoring session. Phase 2, during tutorial, includes steps 3, 4, and 5.
Hey everybody, how you guys doing? Cord, nice to see you again.
You too, Chad.
What's going on, Amir? How are you?
Good, how are you?
Kenza, nice to see you. Wei, Leslie, Sam,
Chad.
what are you guys doing today?
Well, physics.
Physics, all right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Begin with the student clarifying the point of confusion.
Specifically, rotation of rigid bodies.
Okay.
I don't know. I know I had a problem with this number 85 on chapter 9.
Does anyone else have an issue with number 85?
Yeah.
I did too, yeah. I think we all did.
Ideally, the students will have completed a tutorial inquiry form, a TIF, prior to the session. However, if they haven't done that work, you'll need to walk them through the process orally.
All right, so where do you guys want to start? Do you know what it's asking you for?
That's what I was having. But I couldn't even figure out how to set it up or what was given and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, I noticed there's no picture. So you want to start by drawing a picture?
Yeah. I mean, I guess I can go try to record it. Yeah. So when it says with radius r, that means that that value is given. Like even though it doesn't give us a value, we know that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are there any other things in the problem that you think are given like that?
You just place it on its side through an angle. Oh, beta.
Okay.
It says through an angle beta, so that just means that we know that even though there's no value. I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
Just the
Yeah,
radius.
that's what I got.
Angle. Okay, so we're dealing with a hoop that's hanging on a nail right at the top, right? At the rim of the hoop. Okay. So then you displace it to the side through that angle beta from its equilibrium position. So then this is its equilibrium position?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Absolutely.
Now that you've helped the group identify what they do know and arrive at the point of confusion, it's time to move into step 4, facilitate understanding through the Socratic method. You can get the discussion started by posing a question to the presenter or prompting the students to engage using the Socratic method of inquiry.
Okay, so how are we going to find omega?
Well, I was thinking that it looked like an energy problem when I first saw it.
Yeah, you're exactly right. You're exactly right. It is an energy problem. Okay, so what kind of energy do we have to start with?
Potential and kinetic.
Okay. Okay, good. Good. Do you know those?
The formulas, I think so, yeah. So the gravitational potential equals, I think, mass. Is that it? For
absolutely.
gravitational potential energy? Okay. And then she said kinetic as well? Kinetic energy?
What kind of kinetic energy?
Not translational, right? Because this is dealing with rotation. Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So it's different.
absolutely.
Okay. So then kinetic energy comes in there because that's
Exactly.
omega, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, so what do we know in those two relationships?
So can we find the moment of inertia out
Okay.
of solid cylinder's formula? Like I equals 1/2 mr squared.
I equals 1/2 mr squared. Okay, that sounds good
Okay.
to me. Yeah.
Is that the right moment of inertia though?
Don't we want to use like a thin-walled cylinder for the moment of inertia?
Exactly.
Oh, because it's
Yeah.
different, right? Yeah, it's not the same
yeah.
for the, because it's a hoop.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
So then,
so do you know that one?
oh, it's like the same thing without the 1/2, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
In open tutorial sessions, students may arrive or depart throughout the session.
Guys, I gotta go.
Okay, do you guys think you could kind of advance the problem a little bit from here? I want to talk to Cord on his way out.
Later on in this video, you'll learn how to finalize the tutorial with students who leave early. You'll also learn how newly arrived students can be brought up to speed without disrupting the tutorial.
Hey Drake, thanks for joining us.
Okay, so now that we have this, we can plug everything in, right?
Yeah, looks good to me.
Okay, cool.
The group is now resolving the point of confusion, so it's time to move into step 5, checking for understanding. Ask questions to ensure that the students thoroughly understand the content and solution.
Okay, so I think we got it here, guys. Now, can anyone remind me what were the 2 things we had to watch out for with energy conservation problems?
For me, it was the moment of inertia. We had to make sure we had the right one because we also got that wrong at the beginning. And then also the change in height. We had to make sure that we were doing that correctly as well.
Absolutely, I agree with you completely. So is everyone okay with that?
Now that you're confident that the first point of confusion has been resolved, repeat steps 3, 4, and 5 for each new problem that is presented.
I have a question. I definitely get that portion, but what happens when omega is in like a different area? How would I solve for that?
That's a good question. Do you want to come show me what you mean?
Absolutely. Yes, thank you. So if we're looking for omega down here, what if it's in a location, say right here on the circle?
Okay, absolutely,
Or
we
the
can
ring.
do that.
Okay.
So what is that going to change about the problem? What's different now?
It's in a different location, so there would be a gravity potential.
Yeah, exactly, there'd be gravity potential there. Okay, yeah, that's perfect. So what's different now?
All I had to add was just gravity potential to it.
Exactly, there's different gravity potential. So if the problem had asked us for that, what was the new thing they would have had to give us?
Well, I guess from the diagram, they would have had to given us theta, right?
Exactly.
The final conversation of the group tutoring session helps students draw a learning connection back to the classroom and helps them synthesize their understanding more deeply.
So, I mean, let's take a minute and reflect on how this problem is going to relate to other problems you might see in the classroom. Does anyone have any ideas of what you might see that's related?
Like I think like the objects can be different. Like it could be a solid cylinder.
Exactly, we could have different objects. Any other ideas?
We could use different kinds of energy.
There could be other energies involved, exactly.
And then can we be finding the same thing, yet there could be like external forces at it as well?
Exactly, yeah.
Ah,
Exactly.
okay. Yeah.
So they could completely change the problem. So great job, everybody. So, let's keep the momentum going. And, next time you have a question on physics, feel free to come on back. Okay.
Cool. Thank you, Chad.
Thank
Thanks.
Thank you, Chad.
Group tutorials are open, and students may arrive and depart throughout the session. When a student arrives in the middle of a session, have a fellow participant quickly get them up to speed with where the group is. If a student needs to leave in the middle of the session, step away from the group briefly to check the student for understanding.
Okay, so the moment of inertia, I just want to make sure you see this. Where was the axis at?
It wasn't in the middle.
Exactly, so what do you have to do?
We have to use the parallel axis theorem, right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay,
Okay.
cool. I just wanted to make sure you saw that. If you have any other questions on the problem, you can just come ask me tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
Socratic tutoring is not easy, but it delivers amazing results. In your role as an avid tutor, you'll be helping students develop the ability to think for themselves. You'll be empowering them with the skills they need for a lifetime of learning success. This video is just one of many Avid training tools that are available to support your success as a tutor. For more tools, contact your tutoring center supervisor.